Hi everybody, it's Chris Murphy here in our New Britain headquarters on Thursday afternoon. We're cleaning up here, counting the final numbers, and basking in the reflected glory of a great election night. I wanted to send out a message to all of you to send a personal note of thanks for everything that you did, whether you made a donation to the campaign, whether you came and knocked doors, whether you came down to one of our headquarters and made phone calls. We now know that it made a difference, a tremendous difference. The numbers really are staggering. Not only did we win in every corner of the district, from Meriden to Danbury to Salisbury to Simsbury, not only did we run ahead of much of the Democratic ticket in those towns, but we ran a field operation, a field organization that outstripped and outpaced anything that this district has seen before. I remember back in 2006 being blown away by the fact that we knocked on 17,000 doors in the final weekend of the election. Well, we're still getting the final tallies together, but in the final weekend of this election, we knocked on over 30,000 doors. We knocked on that many doors on election day alone, and that's not even counting the tens of thousands of phone calls that we made as well. The 5th District has never seen a voter contact operation like the ones that you put together. Now, add on to that that we were able to raise a record amount of money in the final 30 days of this election. We had enough going into the final 30 days, thanks to all of your contributions, but thousands of people dug a little bit deeper, donated another $10, another $100, another $500, which allowed us to increase the scope of our TV budget, increase the size of our radio budget, and send a few more targeted mail pieces. The enthusiasm gap might have existed in other places across this country, but it didn't exist here in the 5th District, and for that I'm incredibly grateful. I'm going to go down to a very different Congress. It's going to be a place in which Democrats and Republicans are going to have to find a way to work together. But I know here in this district that you allowed me to stand up for the things that I and we believe in: universal health care, energy independence, a fair tax policy, and investment in domestic and international human rights and civil liberties. That I didn't have to back down or apologize for anything that I did, that I went out there strong and won a race that we can all be proud of. I'll leave you with one last story. As I was leaving Crosby High School, the last polling place, a young woman was running in to vote as the clock ticked down to 8 o'clock, and I stopped her quickly to say hello, and as she was running, she stopped and looked at me, realized who I was, and said, "You're the guy I'm coming to vote for." And I said, "Well, that's great. Thank you so much for coming out." And she said, "You know, I wasn't going to vote today, but I was home, and somebody knocked on my door at about 7 o'clock tonight and told me that it was really important that I come out and vote for the Democrats." And I thought to myself, if it's so important that somebody would come out and knock on my door in the dark of a cold Tuesday evening, then I better go out there and vote. That's why we did the work that we did. That's why you invested your money, your time, and a little bit of your soul in this campaign. Because we win elections in the last 3 days. We win elections through the groundwork that we do throughout the fall. And despite all the polls out there that said that we were behind, despite all of the prognosticators who said that we couldn't buck this national tidal wave, because you went out and did the work to spread the message that we tried to really hold true to this whole campaign. This country's facing big problems, and it needs to be met by big solutions. We ended up being victorious on a wonderful election night. Thank you for everything, and I look forward to seeing you at the victory parties later this year.